Howdy, boys and ghouls, and welcome to the new Mew Review with Miss Kitty Litter ATX. And today we're going to be talking about Dragula, Season 4, Episode 2. But before we get started, first of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you all a happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! And, I was going to have the mummy as my special guest this week, but he, as it turns out, was all wrapped up. Hey, what goes ha 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 plop? A man laughing his head off. Say, did you hear about the ghost who got in a car accident? Yeah, he wasn't wearing his sheet belt. Why can't ghosts have babies? Because they have Halloweenies. Well, enough of this clowning around. Let's get to the episode, shall we? Alright, so who's excited? I'm excited. I do want to say this before I get started. As usual, we don't show clips here. There's spoilers abound, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, go and watch it, then come back and we'll compare notes, okay? The opinions expressed on this show are entirely my own and do not reflect those of any individual entity, TV show, person, personality, company, what have you. They're just what I think, and that $5 will get you a cheeseburger at McDonald's, y'all. So, moving right along. Okay, so, as we start the episode, we get a skit from the Boulet Brothers and Company about a Nosferatu beach party. And I can't tell y'all how very excited I was about this because I was from the generation that lived for the beach party movies, y'all. The skit that they did, it was giving me like Charles Busch Psycho Beach Party. It was also giving me Annette and Frankie, who I just lived for. The fact that the Boulets had their little blonde updos and stuff, they had me howling. It looked like they were having a good time, and it was nice to see them let loose a little bit. So we had that skit, and for those of you not familiar with the beach party movies, for those of us of a certain age, somewhere between 50 and death, that is, those kind of things, before Queer as Folk and all these gay TV shows and whatnot, that's what we had to watch. You had men in little Speedos running around. You had a lot of cute pop songs. You had actually my first experience with the Leather Gang in the form of the Rats with Eric Von Zipper. So, yeah, I was all about it. And, of course, there was Gidget, and Gidget Goes to Rome, Gidget Goes to Hell, wherever the hell Gidget goes to. I was there with her. Anyways, so they do this skit. And of course, it's always nice to see a little bit of eye candy with the guys rolling around on the beach and whatnot. I was there for it, I'm a thirsty clown, y'all. I don't get much fruit punch here at the circus, so anytime I get a little thirst quencher, it's a good thing. So, from this skit, we move into the workroom. And here the Boulet Brothers come out and they announce the return of who else but Dolly. Now, I know some of y'all who watch Resurrection were wondering, well, are we going to get Dolly this season? Are we going to get Dolly this season? We got Dolly this season. And I, for one, I have to say I was there with Mary Cherry when she was giving him the eye and saying that he made her look a little thirsty the way that he would look at folks. I feel you. I was there for it. But yeah, excited to see what they're going to bring this season. And if tonight was any indication, then these other contestants better watch out. That's all I got to say. From that, we had their first challenge, which was that they had to eat cloves of garlic and drink blood. Well, Miss Kitty is part Italian, so I have no problem with the blood or the garlic. You know, it's like for me, that's just a night of lasagna and good pizza, whatever. But yeah, it proved a little challenging for some of the contestants. You can see them choking a little bit, but they showed their dedication by going through with the whole thing. So good on them. At the end, La Zavaleta was crowned the winner of that particular challenge, which not only meant that she won the challenge, but also that she got to pick the people, as it was announced that they were going to be put into teams of 2 for the Runway challenge. And I have to say that it was a little bit weird in this episode as we went into the workroom to see that La Zavaleta was the nicest one in this episode. So I don't know what that says about everybody else. Y'all know how I feel about the drama already. So I was kind of like not happy to see that everybody else, for the most part, wanted to pick up where she left off. I get it, it's ratings and people love it. But for me, if I want drama, I'll watch a soap opera. If I want to see the creative and the spooky, then I'll come for Dragula. But yeah, so that was going on. I know there's those of you who disagree. You absolutely live for that, and good for you. But in the real world, I hope they were a little nicer to each other than throwing out insults like they were ninja stars and cutting side eyes so much that you could see what was in the room next door. For reals, I just have to say. So anyways, there was some conversations going on, and I pretty much was just kind of glazing through those because a lot of it was just people talking noise to each other, and yes, you know, I'm not really there for that. At any rate, the Boulet brothers returned with these spidery, spooky looks. They were freaking fabulous. I mean, there was just like these spikes going out in every direction. It was all black, and the crowns actually reminded me a little bit of the Snow White and the Huntsman Queen, Ravenna. It was that kind of headpiece, but done up even more. So it was fabulous looks from them. The teams that we got Sigourney was matched up with Astrid. Dolly was matched up with Soho. Bitter Betty was paired with Jay Jolie. Mary Cherry was paired with Coco, and Zavaleta was paired with Saint. I think there was no shade involved in these pairings, although it became quite apparent that one of the contestants wasn't exactly thrilled about who they got paired up with. And here's my take on that. You know, there's going to be people in life that you have to work with, and sometimes you have to swallow your pride. In this kind of competition, even if you don't like somebody, at the end of the day, the better you make them look is the better you're going to look. So you work together. And I just didn't get the feeling that this person from the get-go was really willing to do that for whatever reason. But it did throw off some of the proceedings that happened later. Alright, so the Runway Challenge was going to be bring your best Nosferatu beach look or whatever. So it was like Nosferatu Day at the Beach. And most of the contestants came with, well, I'll just put it this way. They were the swimsuits with an addition of a really great kind of vampire-inspired face makeup. Some people took it to another level and had 3 or 4 reveals. I think that Hoso Teratoma did that, who I referred to as Soho a few minutes ago. Excuse me, I'm dyslexic as well as senile. So yeah, Hoso did. Also, Dolly also had several looks, and actually the top 4 from this runway were Hoso, Dolly, Zavaleta, and Saint, and all deservedly so, because they had all taken the vampire looks to the next level. I do have to talk a minute about Mary Cherry. Mary Cherry, as I recall, she had stated that she was not going to do a vampire look, that she was going to do a mermaid. And I was so excited for it because I said, oh wow, we're going to get something besides a swimsuit, some joke shop teeth, and some contact lenses. I want to see like something out of Cthulhu's Aquarium or the Dark Mermaid from Hell or whatever. But instead, what we got was like Ariel from The Little Mermaid with a flashlight on her head. I don't, I know tea, no shade. I love Mary Cherry, but I have to say this. This makes 3 looks now, including what you wore for your the announcement of the contestants or whatever, that were not particularly scary. And while I admire your dedication to think outside the box, so to speak, and I was there to see you bring something original, I also want to say, Mary Cherry, Mary Cherry, Mary Cherry, please bring the scary. We need to see that. Right now, the costumes are obviously, they're next level, but they're not necessarily what the challenges requiring. So I don't feel that I actually would have put Mary in the bottom this week. And that's not being shady, that's just saying I don't feel like in the end that it really meant the challenge. If the mermaid had in some way been, I don't know, had something dark added to it or scary or whatnot, or it looked evil in some way, I just didn't really get that from the look that was presented. Also, with some of the people in the vampire swimsuit kind of thing, I've seen some swimsuit looks done in the past where people had like shark heads sticking out of them, or teeth, or blood, something. I could have used a little more with this swimsuits. I do have to say, Bitter Betty, who is our trans performer of this season, I was totally there for that wig, girl. Anybody who's rocking a sweet bouffant gets props from me. So I was there for the wig. I did see what the judges were saying as far as that you appeared to be kind of caught up in your head a little bit. And I totally relate to the fact that when you're given choreography or extra things to do, that sometimes you can get into your head and you kind of forget to maybe play to the camera or this or that. That being said, did I think your look was the worst? No, I did not. For the particular challenge, I thought it was okay. At the end of this, as I said, our top 4 looks ended up being Hoso, Dolly, Zabaleta, and Saint. Saint, I have to say, the silhouette was just fire. They came out, it was this kind of a bat creature thing. Most of the contestants had gone for a retro look, which was very 50s and 60s. Did fit. Saint, however, took it a different direction, did this kind of futuristic bat. And while it was a swimsuit, it was fitted, and there was, oh gosh, these floaties on the arms that actually had bat wings sticking out of them. There were gloves, there was the bat head kind of thing. It was very well done, and the silhouette was just fantastic. As soon as they walked on stage, you could tell that that was like fashion. I mean, it was there. So at the end of it, Saint ended up winning, although, like I said, I do kind of think that, for me, Dolly was giving me some serious Nosferatu vibes. When they came out in the coat, the drama, the acting, the theatrics, I was there for that. And I do think that this is why this is going to be one to watch, because every reveal and everything else, they still managed to keep in character, which was probably very hard to do, but they did it very, very well. And Hoso Teratoma, the constant reveals, always just the look is just fire, all that. And Zavaleta actually was giving me Lara the White Worm tease, which is a Ken Russell movie about these vampire snake people, and if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's fabulous, it's weird, all over the place, kind of like that outfit, and I was there for it. But at the end, when all was said and done, Saint ended up winning, deservedly so, I think, although As for the bottoms, we ended up with some people. Yes, we had Bitter Betty, and we had Astrid. Bitter Betty and Astrid. Okay, I already talked on Bitter Betty. I actually liked it, but yeah, since part of the challenge was about performance, and Bitter Betty had gotten her head a little bit, I think that did not work in her favor. So, and Astrid's look, I don't know what to say about it. Basically, it was just like a jock with a little strap going across, and maybe some shoulder pad kind of thing going on, and a wig with a church hat. I don't really know what the inspiration was. Although they did say in their defense, they had more to the costume. There was kind of a dress that was going to be a reveal, but they had decided, in the interest of playing as partners and thinking that they were going to be judged just as partners, that they were going to tone down their look so that it fit more evenly with what their partner was doing. And I filled out a little bit. I actually did go to their Instagram page to see what the dress might have looked like. It wasn't there. I looked on Twitter as well. Didn't see it. I'd be curious to know what the dress was all about, just to see. But I did think that there was another look, as I said, which didn't meet the assignment that should have been in the bottom. Anyways, that's my opinion. Their challenge was going to be, they had to stick various body parts into a body of water that had leeches in it. Well, as y'all know, Miss Kitty Litter herself has been hunted by leeches for years. I like to call them the IRS and the tax collectors, but you know, that's who I thought was going to be in that tub of water, not them little critters. But as it happened, there were, and Betty was taking them out and put them on her breastises and all over the place, and Astrid was kind of doing their thing. But at the end, when all was said and done, they ended up sending Astrid home. Astrid, I forgot to mention, is Dolly's drag daughter, so it was kind of ironic that Dolly came onto the show and then Astrid was let go. Based on last week's look, I was really genuinely surprised, not only at what they presented this week, but at the fact that they got sent home. I would have liked to have seen more, because I thought that their look was fire last week, and I hope that, I have no doubt that they're going to have a fabulous career, you know, when all is said and done. Best of luck to you, baby, if you happen to be watching this. I think you're fantastic. So yeah, another one down. What did y'all think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What? For me, I was all about the fact that they took us back to the beach party days. I thought it was fun. It was camp. And you know how I live for all that. Plus just scary, spooky. I would like to say at this time, I wanted to address a couple of comments that were made to me on my last episode. One of them, somebody had said, appreciate the look, appreciate the effort and all that, but you need to get a better camera. And I didn't feel like it came from a shady place at all. I thought they were being very nice about it. It was just a suggestion. I totally agree with you, baby. I wish I had the money to do that. I've looked at GoPros. I've looked at some discount cameras and whatnot. But right now, Mama can barely afford to eat. And if you think I'm getting paid a lot for doing this gig, then news. I'm not. But that being said, I love doing this. And as long as people are watching, then I'll keep doing it. Hopefully one day things will improve and I'll be able to do that. But that's the deal on the camera issue. Right now I'm just doing things on my phone, and hopefully y'all can see what's going on. Also, somebody else had asked me, you know, how was the drag cruise? And drag cruise was wonderful, had a great time, wish I could do it again, hopefully someday. I'm also looking at possibly doing DragCon sometime soon. And that's about it. As usual, I'd like to thank a couple people. Camp Wanakiki, Hamburger Mary's, The Drag Clubhouse, Slipside Productions, Hexa Dolce, Surround Leather and Gear, and all of you for watching. I hope that your Halloween is super spooky, that you get lots of tricks, lots of treats, and lots of trade if that's what you're into. This has been Miss Kitty Litter ATX, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of the New Mew Review. Happy Halloween!